The greatest value a cooperative can provide to its community is its very existence. When there is a co-op in the community, markets are fairer and have better access, providing improved service to members. The Garden City Co-op was first established in 1915. It was the dream of R.J. Ackley, T.M. Jones, and others to provide a way for farmers in the Garden City area to protect themselves from an unfair and undisciplined market. The Garden City Co-op struggled for 2 years until 1917, when it was disbanded and sold to an investor. 2 years later, in 1919, the farmers recognized their mistake and reformed a new Garden City Co-op that continues to serve farmers in western Kansas today. The following is an excerpt from Mr. R.J. Ackley's writings in 1949. He was our founder and had been our board chairman for 30 years at the time. He reflects back on the Garden City Co-op's beginnings. His words are a strong reminder that the true value of a co-op is its very existence. Unfortunately, we learned this lesson the hard way 100 years ago. It is worthwhile to learn from Mr. Ackley and not repeat the short-sighted mistakes of the past.
In the year of our Lord, 1915, after years of dissatisfaction as to margins charged by grain merchants in our city, a small group of farmers got their heads together and applied for a state charter. The charter was granted July 6, 1915. It contained the names of 20 stockholders and, among other things, gave them permission to merchandise their own grain. Our capital was limited. However, a few maintained faith, even to the extent of signing personal notes for operating purposes. Now, at a time when the going was hard, there came upon the scene a chain store promoter, one Dr. Ball, who preyed upon our membership and led them to believe he had something so much better that he gathered up about $4,000 in one day. Our association had been able to collect less than $2,000 in 2 years. Things became so discouraging that I, as chairman, called a stockholders' meeting, laid the facts on the table, and asked if they wished to pay their notes or disband. They voted to disband, except one man, T.M. Jones, who voted no. Jones and I had signed the note. The Ball promoters sold stock enough to pay the $13,000 note and to stock a few groceries in a little cement block house. In less than 60 days, the promoter disappeared with the balance. So much for the first attempt. After 2 years of exploitation, there came a jolt that opened the farmers' eyes. Crops had not been good. However, we raised a lot of cane seed. This was during World War I. The manager of our old line elevator learned early that cane seed had found a new use, being worth $7 a hundredweight for dye stuff. The non-co-op manager stepped out and contracted all the cane seed at $1.50 a hundredweight. Farmers' eyes being jarred open, they went into huddle again and obtained another charter on August 16, 1919. Our sleep and punishment had taught us a vivid lesson. We all seemed to have new vigor and willingness to put in more money. Instead of having $2,000, we soon gathered $12,000. We bought our same elevator and started again. Business picked up and we were on the march. The future looks bright in spite of much unfair opposition. Our success in the future depends not so much on how hard others fight us as how well we conduct our own business and the type of service we render to our membership.